There we go. Good stuff. All right, thanks for
Awesome.
that. All right, y'all. Look, y'all know what it is. Y'all, it is the weekly tech and AI news. Of course, my name is Cyrus, founder of Tech is the New Black, both Tech Bootcamp, Tech Podcast, where we've helped thousands of people get in the tech industry via education when it comes to the actual hard skills as well as the soft skills and connection with recruiters and more. And who is here with me is my co-host, Ash, the queen of AI herself. Uh, Ash, I'll go ahead and let you tell the people who don't know who you are already, who you are.
Yeah, well, welcome to Saturday AI and Tech News, everyone. My name is Ash. I'm an AI solution specialist and also a startup founder of two AI-driven startups, an AI agency called Asher AI, and a wearable technology startup called Better Boost. So looking forward to getting in today. Welcome.
And I'm a few hours away from going to the airport to catch my flight to head back to South America. I'm in Atlanta right now, so if I look a little bougie, it's because the sun is beaming on me. So I want to make sure I put my hater blockers on to block out the sun.
Just
But
glowing. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a little chilly out here. Where is everybody at? Like, where y'all tuning in from, and also what's the
Yeah.
weather like there? Is it cold where you're at? Is it warm? So I'm excited to be back in Atlanta, but I ain't gonna lie, this little chill got me excited to go back to South America.
Yeah, the wind is kind of windy. I don't know if there's like a different spot. Maybe that would be a little better just for audio.
It's windy on. Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Hey, look, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off, and I'm gonna transition over and back inside. So like, I love
All
being
right.
at home. I don't have to worry about being cold.
Right. You can stay warm inside.
So I'm gonna just cut this off for a second while I transition inside. I guess in the meantime, Ash, if you want to tell them about some of the things that you've been educating our community on recently, and just also some upcoming things that we have coming up with Buckhead Networking Group events and just some other releases that they can know about in the future.
Okay. Sure. Well, we'll see you soon, Cyrus. All right, everyone. Welcome. So GRC in the house. Welcome. DMV. So it's high 60s today. I mean, hotter than ever, right? Global warming must be real. Most definitely. Hello, Vanessa. Welcome, 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 everybody. Keep it coming in the chat. Where are you guys tuning in from? We would love to know. There are so many exciting innovations and new tech subjects that we're going to be sharing with you today. And Cyrus is going to be back in a bit, so you don't have to worry. And we're going to just kind of get into a few things that we're working on. So we have upcoming collaborations that are going to be huge for the community. And so you guys are going to have first access to the latest technology and also the latest resources. So you're going to be able to accelerate your path. If you're interested in AI, if you're interested in tech, this is the right place to be. So we're going to be sharing some exciting news with you guys today. And welcome, Jacqueline. Welcome. Vanessa says it's 70s in Raleigh, North Carolina. Yes. So, we are ready to get this news started and just enjoy the rest of our day with these nice sunny temperatures. So it's a beautiful Saturday. Welcome from Trinidad. Okay. Welcome, welcome. Absolutely, guys. Well, without further ado, let's kind of get into a few exciting topics that we're going to be sharing today. So, AI is evolving exponentially, as you guys already know. And so, we're going to be covering different industries when it comes to manufacturing, when it comes to healthcare, and just how everything is changing with artificial intelligence. But we're not just going to be covering surface level news, we're going to be covering how it's going to help you and benefit you as a business owner or creator. So, there's going to be a lot of value here. And I guess we can just get into the presentation itself. Okay. There's Cyrus. Welcome. All right. Well, here comes the king. He's back. So please, Cyrus, if you have anything to share about the Atlanta networking group, we would love to kind of hear about that up front.
Yeah, just to give everybody a heads up, for those of y'all who are in our Tech Wealth community, that's our Discord community. We are going to be transitioning over to a larger community called Buckhead Networking Group. So this collaboration with Tech is the New Black is really, really great for those of y'all who are looking to scale further in tech, those of y'all that are looking to break into tech, and those of y'all that are entrepreneurs and just want to be able to network with other professionals. The reason why is because their organization, they are over 5,000 members that are comprised of entrepreneurs, recruiters, tech professionals, and then others that are also working to get in the industry. They have recurring events every other week. These are like very grown and sexy professional style events, but through our collaboration with them, we are collaborating towards having recurring tech networking events as well. So it's going to be a really huge collaboration to be able to help more people be able to scale in the industry, help startup founders be able to find partners, investors, and then really ultimately allow us to do the thing that is one of the most important things, and that's like having community, like real community, in person, virtual, all of that good stuff, because that's something that's really important. That's something that's missing and that's lacking. So I've told people time and time again, there's no such thing as job security there, and there's also no such thing as business security, because people's businesses go out of business all the time. But the thing that is something that you can guarantee is career security, and you have career security primarily through having a strong network. So we're really excited about this collaboration. It's going to help more people. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be some good vibes, all of that. So we're really excited about that, and we got some other stuff coming up pretty soon. So again, for those of y'all that are a part of our Tech Wealth community, our Tech is New Black Discord community, we are going to be transitioning over our community to the larger community. So just giving y'all a heads up about that. Aside from that, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get started with this news, so that way I don't miss my flight. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and all right, please let me know once y'all can see my screen. All right, so this is the news that everybody, unless you've just been completely off of social media or living under a rock, this is the news that I'm sure everyone is very familiar with. And this is the news of SpaceX Starship, where SpaceX Starship test ends with a remarkable chopstick booster catch. That headline could have been written much better than that. Anyway, so let me know in the chat for everybody who saw this happen, who watched the videos about it. So just kind of run down, SpaceX Starship spacecraft splashed down in the Indian Ocean a little over an hour after its launch from South Texas. Almost 7 minutes following liftoff, the Super Heavy booster returned to its launch pad, where the launch tower caught it using arms that SpaceX nicknamed the chopsticks. The remarkable catch was first for SpaceX and an important step toward making the Super Heavy booster a fully reusable launch system, just like SpaceX Falcon 9 rockets. The booster completed a similar set of maneuvers to today's during its previous flight test in June, when it splashed down the Gulf of Mexico. Long story short, y'all, and let me know in the chat for anybody that saw this and you don't get the value of this, because when I saw a post about it, there were a lot of people that were like, okay, like what's the big deal? So just a quick explainer. This is taking us steps towards being able to be an interplanetary species. For those that are unfamiliar with Elon Musk's story, one of his things as a child, as he was a little kid, he wanted to, one, go into space, but two, he had a dream of us being an interplanetary species. Now, this takes us a step towards that, because this vessel is an example of a vessel that can actually carry a large amount of people and be able to take those people over to another planet. Now, of course, this technology isn't advanced enough to be able to fully do that, but this is a huge feat that gets us significantly closer to that. One of the things that's crazy is how this is their first attempt to do this, to be able to catch something of this size, and they did it. Because if anyone knows SpaceX's history, most of their attempts, even when it came to their smaller rockets, to be able to have reusable rockets, were very unsuccessful. I think their first 4 or 5 attempts failed, and it cost them like almost billions of dollars. It almost completely ruined Elon Musk. And then, of course, then they finally got it right. But for this to work the first time is actually insane. I want to know from y'all, and I ask Ash this as well, who here would be open to going to Mars? Like, who here would be open to actually travel to another planet, not as like a, not as a astronaut, but just as an actual civilian or a person? So Ash, would you if you had an opportunity to go to Mars, would you go?
Hell yeah, without hesitation. Maybe not specifically, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be destination Mars, but it's always been a goal and dream of mine to go to space and to be an astronaut. So I think that the core of the decision is pretty crazy, but the perspective of seeing our world, of seeing life from a universal perspective, the ever expanding universe that we live in, I mean, it would be mind blowing. And so, like, I think before I would pass on to the next world, I would love to experience that. Would you, Cyrus?
You know what's funny? I'm usually the person who I'm completely for the crazy sci-fi world-ending stuff. This is something I actually wouldn't care about. Like I would if I got a free ticket to go to Mars, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't care. I'd be like, I'm good. I'm straight. And it's not because
Right.
I'm afraid to go. I'm just I'm just indifferent to it. I'm like, why would I want to go to Mars? But that's just me. Then again, I'm not much of an explorer. So yeah, that's just me. Jacqueline is hilarious. She says, I'm not open, but I would love to see others go. Like she said, yeah, y'all go ahead and do it. That's funny. Get someone else to do it. But Vanessa,
Yeah.
I'm more of a watcher, not a goer.
That's reasonable, everyone. I'm just a little crazy, I guess.
That's Hey, look, I don't think you're crazy. I just think, I mean, look, you are the explorer. Like you explore AI, you explore new technologies. You're always exploring new things. That's you. So it makes sense you would be open to going.
Yeah,
So
but what Elon Musk is doing is making the impossible possible. So essentially, like you said, the premise of it is through reusable payloads, sending reusable payloads over into space through like reusable rockets specifically.
yeah,
So and payloads containing, of course, the building material that's necessary to even start making colonies on Mars, but
yeah.
also even like human cargo. So, I mean, if we're trying Elon Musk, he's into like repopulating the planet, we're interested in sending people up there to reside and live. That's a whole next level. First and foremost, we have to make the planet itself habitable. But nonetheless, I think this is just a wonderful article to start with because it's showing just how, you know, the things that are happening are just so revolutionary. So it's exciting time to be alive.
I'm happy that you mentioned payload because you actually reminded me of the other value of this that I completely forgot about. Let me know in the chat if anyone else is familiar with this. The other value of this is being able to send over resources to other parts of the world significantly faster. So this could send over, it could send over, massive amounts of food or massive amounts of medication to parts of the world where they don't have that. And this could send those things over even faster than a plane is able to. So this is not just great in terms of us becoming an interplanetary species. This is huge in terms of what we can do to help the rest of the world get certain technologies, certain pieces of medication, certain necessities that can help other people out. And so this is
Wow.
a really huge thing. And to be clear, what I'm saying isn't theoretical. They've used some of their smaller rockets to actually do that and send payloads over to different parts of the world. So this is a really huge thing. I heard someone say recently, they said Elon Musk is like the Kanye West of uh of technology, where they say like he says a lot of crazy stuff where people are like, yo, dude, like you're crazy, you're out of your mind. And then it's like then he drops something and it's like, whoa, like that's crazy that you did that. Like in terms of people being like, okay, he's a genius. So it's like, but it's funny, Elon Musk actually said he looks up to Kanye West. So it makes a lot of sense. He said he admires him a lot. Jacqueline says, this would affect our logistics greatly. In what way, Jacqueline? I'm curious, in what way do you believe it would affect our logistics? Jose says, I think we need to explore the cosmos and find a new host planet, but that's not me on that starship. Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm gonna chill here. The rest of y'all can leave. I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna chill out on planet Earth.
I love
All right,
that. I love that.
good stuff. Ash, I'll go ahead and let you take over for the next piece of news that you're gonna break down for us.
Yeah, of course. I also want to kind of touch on the power of Starlink technology as well, because you made a
Mm.
great point, Cyrus, earlier about how we can really just expand assistance to the world, really making it a better, brighter world in future. So most definitely, Elon Musk is doing things that are, like you said, making the impossible possible. So what an exciting time. So without further ado, everyone, So, okay, Jackie says not needed as many truck drivers to deliver goods. Absolutely, absolutely. We can reduce the traffic necessity. And then at the end of the day, costs are reduced as well because, the essence of reusability. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and get into this latest tech news. We have some exciting topics to share today. I mean, it's going to be absolutely mind blowing. Like I said, we're going to cover the value for you as business owners, as creators. So you're going to have the tools necessary to thrive in this AI revolution. All right, you guys. So here it goes. Welcome. We're going to start off with just covering the basics of our topics. So first and foremost, Adobe, of course, has released an AI-powered video generation tool. Everyone's been doing this, but you guys have to see how real it is for yourself. Apple is going to be expanding into, of course, the latest AI with the new iPad mini and also smart glasses. Also, we're going to get into real-time scan protection. We're looking at data ethics really coming to the stage. Also, Microsoft, they released a new AI chatbot avatar, which is going to be super exciting, and AI driven manufacturing, which is going to, of course, enhance speed, quality, and the building potential of our nation and future. So, everyone, as you guys can see with this particular video, this is through the Adobe Suite. And so, this is kind of just an example of where we're going to start off at. But as you can see, super cute, pretty detailed as the lighting really shines through the window. And so I want you guys to share like how real you think the upcoming videos are. So I want to get into some details first. So this is exactly the value that you guys can expect. So they're really looking to help out the video editors, designers, etc. If you're really going to be self-empowered, working for your own companies and businesses, you can be confident that you can build faster, build and create faster, better, and more efficiently. And so essentially what they're going to be doing is really having this tool that you're going to be able to use for text to video and image to video creation. So they're kind of getting in line with all of these other companies that are doing the same thing, but Adobe's leading the way because that's what they kind of do best, creation process. And so let's get into some of these videos, you guys. Let me know. This is a cenote. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Do you guys think that this looks real? And if you saw it for the first time, do you think it would be, off the bat AI? So let's get into the prompts.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead,
think.
Cyrus.
Yeah, I was in a cenote. I've been in two of these in Mexico, and I'm gonna say this looks very accurate. I'm not sure if anybody else here in the chat has ever been in one of these cenotes, but yeah, I've been in a couple of these, and yeah, this looks spot on, like what they look like. So this is entirely generated.
Yes, yes. And thank you, Cyrus. I mean, I agree. When I first saw it, I can't lie, my mind was blown because I was just really astounded by the quality. But we're not going to stop here. We're going to get into even more detail. But I want to start off with the prompt, okay? Because you guys need to know that prompting is a major skill. They have computer programming, and now we're getting into computer prompting. So the text is everything, the context is everything, all right? So this prompt is point of view shot inside a beautiful, gently lit cenote in Mexico. The water is clear and blue and a sparkle from the late afternoon sun. The color is warm and magic hour style, high quality, cinematic. All right. So it's short but powerful. And so when we're prompting our AI systems, we want to make sure that we're aligning our, particular prompt subjects to be as detailed and to cover our subjects so that we're going to be able to get the most optimal output. So keep it in mind. All right, let's get into the fun stuff. This is the next video. Okay. And this one is like, let me know, guys, what do you think? Is it looking real? If you saw it for the first time, would you be like, okay, this is AI? To me, I'm just like, wow, my mind is blown by this.
You know what?
Cyrus, what do you think?
This is actually crazy. Like when I look at these, because at first my mind was thinking like, okay, like what is the full value of this? But as I'm thinking through it, I'm like, yo, movie like directors or screenwriters, they could literally just write out a film, and then it would just make the movie. Like imagine, like I think about our TV shows. Y'all know how, like I'm waiting for the next season of The Boys to come out, and I'm waiting for the next season of Invincible to come out. And all I keep thinking about is like, man, because right now the next season of Invincible doesn't come out until around February. Now, mind you, Invincible is a cartoon, but it takes them like several months, like 6 months to to actually animate it. And like something like this, you know,
Mhm.
whether we're talking this or we're talking cartoons, anime, whatever, it's like for someone to just prompt or technically to just write the story,
Mhm.
and then for the AI to be able to, you know, this technology to be able to actually create the story. It could like this will cut down the time it takes for the next season of a show to come out, you know, probably down to like a month or maybe less than that. So instead of us having to wait
Yes.
6 months to a year for another season of our show, now we'll only be waiting a few weeks to just a month. So
Yes.
this is incredible. Honestly, this is incredible the more I think about it.
Yes, and you made an excellent point, Cyrus, about how it's going to empower cinematics overall. But what it's also going to do is empower the individual creators. So, there are people who may have been limited for their creative passions of like, directing or creating in many different of these artistic ways. And so everyone's going to be empowered. I mean, everyone uses Adobe or, is familiar with this platform. So most
Yeah.
definitely changes the game. And we have a few comments in the chat as well. Thank you so much, Jackie, for your interaction and comment here. She's saying that it looks really real, very beautiful and real. Thank you. And the skater looks real as well. So we're happy to see that, these images are really just as astounding to you as they have been to me as well, because it's crazy to see how everything is evolving so quickly. I mean, a few weeks ago, we saw how, the AI images and videos were really starting to look more real than ever, but it wasn't quite there yet. We're getting closer and closer to something that's indistinguishable from reality.
Hey, y'all, look, something that, and I want to know from y'all in the chat. Well, one, I have a comment, but then two, I'm gonna bring something up to y'all. I'm gonna want to know from y'all in the chat, like what y'all think about it. So the first thing, when I think about this, I also think about books. You know, one of the complaints that we all have whenever we read a book is that when they adapt it into movie, you know, the movie leaves out a lot of the story. You know, there are a lot of pieces that are missing, and you know, obviously it's because the movie, they can only, you know, usually they only want a movie to fit within like 3 or 4 hours. So that's why TV shows are usually better for books, because they have, you know, more episodes that they could drop. That being said, this is something to where this will empower the everyday person almost, that if they could upload a digital version of a book, like their favorite book, this could like literally allow you to watch the full story of your favorite book play out. So this like, the more I think about this, I'm like, yo, this is incredible. Um, the other thing that I think about with this, I was gonna share something, but I'm gonna keep that a secret. Ash knows what it is, but it's an announcement that we'll have a little bit later. But anyway, yeah, this, I don't know, this is crazy. Jacqueline says kind of scary. I don't want AI to replace actors and actresses. Yeah, I mean, we don't want people to lose their jobs, but uh,
It's inevitable.
yeah,
It's
it is inevitable. Yeah, it is inevitable. I think it kind of goes back to, I think this should really encourage actors and actresses that are popular today to 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 maybe like license their likeness. That's like the best. I mean, realistically, it could allow them and their family to eat for generations and generations, because now an actor or actress, they can technically, they can be an actor in Hollywood for the next 1,000 years. Like even after they're gone, they, if they license themselves out, they could be one of the top actors or actresses, you know, 100 years from now, and their family can still benefit. So in reality, as much as this is I think this poses more of a threat to new up and coming actors and actresses. So I truly do think people that are currently acting, they should be with their agents planning out certain licensing deals in preparation for this. But then I think new and up and coming actors and actresses, people who are aspiring to be an actor or actress 5 years, 10 years from now, they should strongly consider something else, because yeah, I really don't think we're going to have many new actors or actresses 10 years from now. I think it'll either be brand new AI generated actors and actresses, or it will be actors and actresses that we know now, but it's a AI clone of them.
yes.
Uh,
Agree with
Aston
Jackie. That's a great point.
Aston says you can storyboard scripts, books, ideas, and present stories or flesh out ideas. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is brilliant because think about it. Whenever directors or studios, if anything, this actually helps studios in some ways, because when movie studios, when they create movies and they actually have to like put in all of this work, y'all know there's a lot of movies that never come out, and they never come out even though the actors, the actresses, the film crew, everyone put in so much work. But what happens is that they present the movie to a test audience, or they present it to certain executives. And if the executives or the test audience are like, yeah, this sucks, many times they don't have the budget to reshoot or make certain adjustments. So many times the film just gets completely canned and it never comes out. And that means none of the crew of people were paid, or they weren't paid as much as they could have been paid. Something like this would allow them to create a version of it, put it out there, and then get feedback and make the retweaks that they need to retweak without it taking as long and without the budget being so inflated. So there's so much to this. Jacqueline says we can have Denzel forever. I guarantee it. I guarantee AI is not going to replace me. Let me stop.
Uh,
AI
so
ain't shit on me.
I'm just going to cover just like the business benefits. I think it's pretty obvious, and Cyrus, you covered a lot of them, but let's get into it without further ado. So as you guys can see, super, super cool. And, you saw exactly what it could do, creating potential mood boards, automated content generation, etc. And so it's going to transform the creative workflow. And so as far as like business owners, you guys, what you guys can look forward to is a tool that's going to empower you as a marketer, designer, of course, and creator. So you're going to be able to save time in pre-production. So it speaks for itself, the benefits of this program, but you're also going to be able to improve, of course, your speed to market and delivering, just like Cyrus just said. So he was already on the ball. And so start thinking just some questions to yourself, you guys. So how could you start to use this automated content to help your creative process? And how do you really see AI tools like this reshaping marketing industry, particularly in video content creation? So we've basically covered most of those topics, but start to think about it. I'm going to pass it back over to Cyrus now for his next topic news.
Yeah, y'all, stuff is getting pretty crazy out here. Let me go back to the comments, see if y'all say anything else. Yeah, that comment, I don't know what that comment is hilarious to me. We got Denzel forever. So it's man, it's really. Oh, I think I was I sharing my screen already? Oh no, I wasn't. All right, let me start now. All right. So this is some pretty interesting news that a lot of people were talking about. So of course, Elon Musk has had a crazy week. Like all in the same week, he had giant rocket that's the size of a skyscraper or a tall building or like 4-story building get caught. In the same week, he had his Tesla bots that were out serving drinks and food and hors d'oeuvres to different executives and investors for Tesla. And some of the news that people were saying when it came to these Tesla bots is that they were clearly being remote controlled. They weren't actually being operated by AI. They were being completely controlled by people. And a lot of people were talking about this. So we'll read through it and break it down. So, and also I want to know from y'all who all has seen the Tesla bots, who all wants a Tesla bot. Elon Musk said that they're going to be retailing for about $25,000 to $30,000. And he said that basically it'll be like you having an assistant or a nanny in your home. So I want to know from y'all who would want to have one of those in your crib. But anyway, during Tesla We Robot event last week, sources on the ground sent a handful of videos of the automaker's Optimus humanoid robots walking around the party, dancing, mixing drinks, and talking to guests. Most, if not all, of those attended the affair are Tesla investors and fans. And so it wasn't surprising that the message I received alongside the videos included glowing comments about how advanced the bots were. I asked one investor who sent me a video of the Optimus doing different voices on command whether he thought it was remote control or if it was perhaps incredibly powered by Grok, the AI chatbot from Elon Musk's AI. He told me he thought it was indeed Grok enabling the bot to converse with him. Did he ask the bot how it was able to talk to him? No. He said he was too blown away. That appears to have been the point for Tesla to inspire awe and vision in the future. Others, including myself, were not as dazzled by what seems to have been a sleight of hand at an event designed to engender enthusiasm amongst investors and fans. Long story short, it's being argued whether or not it was controlled by people or if it was in fact their Grok technology. A lot of people, including myself, believes that it was controlled by people. At least some of it was controlled by people. But I don't think so. I want to know from y'all, do you think that's a bad thing if it was controlled by people? I personally think if it was controlled by people, I think it was just meant to kind of give a glimpse to the future. Or there's a possibility that the people that are controlling it, it's feeding information into the database to know how the bots should be able to move. And what I mean by that is, for those of y'all that have Teslas or are aware of how Tesla operates when it comes to data, the Tesla drivers are technically feeding data to Tesla as a company based on them driving around different cities, based on a variety of different things where the technology is learning from the drivers how to interact and how to do things. And so I wonder if this was people controlling it, if it would be the exact same thing. Ash, do you have, like, I know you've seen the videos and stuff. Are you aware if this was AI or if these were controlled by people, or was it a combination of both?
I think that it's pretty clear that a conclusion could be made that it was mainly controlled by humans. And so the conclusion can be made by different situations, like the robots had different voices and they made human errors. But what she did was hit the nail on the head, Cyrus, when you said that the important step is that was essentially just Elon really showing, like you said, a glimpse into the future. But the essence of that is the collection of data. We already know that that's what Tesla does best. And so obviously it's required massive amounts of data sets to learn how to navigate autonomously for their vehicles. But now they're applying that technology with robots in a human context where they're interacting with, human beings on a day to day. If they're going to be expected to do complex tasks like become nannies or anything else, then it's definitely going to require a massive shift and obviously massive amounts of data, which is why Elon Musk or Tesla is also collaborating with, huge companies like NVIDIA, which is really the king of of of, of power. And I think it speaks for itself.
It's a good question from Jacqueline. She asks, can you guys explain machine learning a little bit?
Okay, so essentially, machine learning is the concept of analyzing, interpreting, and deploying massive amounts of aggregate data sets. So machine learning is one of the major topics and subjects that encapsulate AI as a whole. So if you're interested in getting into AI and you're like, well, what path do I follow? Machine learning is one of them. Also, a few kind of branches off of that particular topic and subject is going to be, for example, data scientists. So we have, essentially the essence of robotics, building robotic systems, building machine learning systems. It's going to be that data component. And so machine learning, to keep it simple, essentially, yes, it's just analyzing and deploying data. So most definitely, a LinkedIn user says NVIDIA chips are already out of stock. Yes, because the demand is so high in every single company. They want to remain competitive. So even Facebook is investing. I mean, almost everybody, all the tech giants are essentially investing in NVIDIA because it just makes sense to all of their bottom lines. That's the future. It's going to be compute as power.
Yeah, even their chips are not just out of stock. They just released a new version of some chips, and those are already bought out for all of 2025.
Pre-sold, like
it's almost like someone announces a tour that they're going to do in 2025, and the tickets get bought out, and the tour they haven't even prepared for the tour yet, and it's just gotten bought out. So NVIDIA is, look, y'all, I'm not a major investor. I'm not a Warren Buffett, but I'm gonna tell you, I would definitely say that NVIDIA is a company that you want to put some money into because they are They are going up, going up, going up. So I mean, but
Hmm.
the chip space in general, we actually had a guest on Tech is New Black. He is a chip founder as well. I can't think of his name right now, but he's a former NBA player, and not the main league. It's like the D League or something like that. But he played in the NBA or whatever the D League is called, which is technically still a part of the NBA. But anyway, but yeah, he's a chip founder of his own company now. Aston says, how much human or robot control will be involved with the bots within the privacy of our homes? The level of data breaching or compromising is on the horizon, if not checked or balanced. Yeah, I agree. I mean, we can't fully trust people. I know that one of the things that Elon Musk pushes a lot is privacy. He seems to be serious about it. And I want to be very clear, y'all. I'm a huge fan of Elon Musk and his genius. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of him as a person in most instances. Nevertheless, you have to respect someone's genius and respect the amazing feats that they're accomplishing for the world. It's just people can be compromised. And so I know that his goal right now isn't to do this type of stuff. Nevertheless, at some point this could possibly be a thing. This could I don't know. I just don't know what his motivation would be, because he is already like he's already in the top 5 richest people in the world. He's gonna be in the top 10 people richest in the world for the rest of his life. There's almost nothing that could stop that. So it's not money that would do anything. He already has all of this power in terms of his satellites, in terms of SpaceX, in terms of X or Twitter. So I don't really know why he would want to take people's info. I just don't know, because everything he does, again, I want to be clear. I'm not trying to say like he's Jesus. Nevertheless, everything he does for the most part has been for the betterment of society. It's not like he has a Facebook where, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg admitted that they were having an algorithm share things that were swaying people's choices in the election. He admitted to that. It's not like Elon Musk has done anything like that. It's like everything he's done, from Tesla, the goal of Tesla being to, help us not destroy the ozone layer, and all the different things when it comes to oil and gas, to obviously SpaceX, and then these reusable rockets sending over payloads to help other parts of the world and help us get to other planets. To I mean, the list goes on to PayPal, him being a part of PayPal mafia and them having technology that can allow people to send money to one another. This is before the cash apps and everything else. And so that wouldn't really line up with the ethos we've seen from him. Nevertheless, again, he's human, and humans can be corrupted, so mm. uh so Ash, I'll go ahead and pass it over to you for the next piece of AI news and topic.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, most definitely exciting that, the iRobot future is sooner than we may have expected.
Mhm.
But I think that the core of that, like Cyrus has already spoken on, is just going to be ethics and morals. And we have to make sure that we're starting with that. We can't just, allow, something crazy to happen because there are no checks and balances in place. That's essential, especially now with this advanced technology. So we have to hold all of these leaders, including Elon Musk, accountable and,
Exactly.
and responsible. And we can't just assume that they are, either. But so, you guys, this is super, super exciting. Okay. Most of us, we have Apple devices, we're using it every day. So, here's the next evolution of Apple technology. It includes an AI dominated, AI driven iPad, and it's a mini iPad. So, let's get into exactly the implications of all of the latest technologies, including Apple's smart glasses. So, this is going to be in the future. But nonetheless, these are their latest innovations, and it's something that's going to be able to really show you what's possible. So as you guys can see here, what you can expect from this technology and what makes it different from any other iPad that they put out there. So we're looking at even faster connectivity. Apparently there's going to be an incredible camera experience. It's going to be pretty affordable at a max of, around 500, 700 for like the higher capacity models. But, this is just an evolution of what Apple is looking towards. So essentially what this specific product is going to be, it's a mini iPad with the A17 Pro chip. All right. And it's going to expand the capabilities of course, Apple Intelligence and its entire AI suite. So not only do we have, their chip enhanced AI iPad, but we also have Apple's smart glasses, which are coming. They're in development, and it's going to really change the game and bring some competition to Meta's Ray-Bans or to Meta's Orion glasses. And so the business benefit for all you business owners out there, okay, what this is going to be able to do for you is enhance multitasking and creative productivity. So essentially, if you're a designer, if you're a professional, then using these iPads for creative work is going to be your best bet. And so when we're looking at the potential of integrating smart glasses, we can offer several opportunities to leverage augmented reality. Okay, we're looking at VR, AR at your fingertips, and that's exciting as well. So we're going to look at enhanced product demonstrations, developments, and also customer experiences. Okay, so start thinking to yourself, you guys, how could AI enabled devices like this iPad mini or others enhance your creative or professional work? Start to look at that, start to look into it, and think of how you can enhance your own life. Also, how would you consider adapting or using AI or VR smart glasses into your business to improve customer interactions or internal operations? I mean, the future is limitless. As a startup founder that specializes in wearable technology, we ourselves have a secret development that aligns with smart glasses that are coming out. We see that Apple smart glasses are supposed to be coming out in the year 2027, but Better Boost smart glasses, you guys, offering the ultimate immersive experience, are going to be coming out very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. But nonetheless, so many exciting things happening. And I'm going to pass it off to Cyrus, and then we're going to be covering just a bit about how ethics are going to be applied to AI.
Yeah, I want to double down on that, y'all. Y'all definitely stay tuned because Better Boost has its own augmented reality or AR glasses that Tech is the New Black or myself that I'm actually going to be a customer of. So y'all going to be able to hear from me, my feedback, my experience. So y'all make sure y'all show Ash some love with what she's doing with Better Boost, being a competitor to Apple, a competitor to Meta with this technology. What I'm excited about with it is that you all are going to be able to firsthand see the possibilities of creating technology that can rival these multi-billion-dollar, trillion-dollar companies. Of course, the beauty of it is that it really will kind of take all of us into a world to see the possibilities of what we can leverage with this technology, because many of us have these very limited mindsets, these limited thinking of what it is that's possible to do. And so I'm excited, I'm excited for the release. I'm excited for those of y'all that will, are also going to purchase it in the future to be able to see, because I know beyond just enjoying the technology and it enhancing your life and enhancing your own business, it's also going to enhance your beliefs of what you can possibly do in this industry. And so I'm really excited to test it out. And I'm really excited for y'all to test it out as well. So incredibly excited for Ash and for what she's doing with Better Boost.
Yes, thank you, Cyrus. Honored to hear that. And thank you so much, Vanessa, as well. I love all the interactions that we're having so far in the chat. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm excited to hear the next topic.
All right, y'all. So this is the last piece of news that I have for today. And then I'm going to be heading out to catch my flight. All right. So there is trouble in the water. There's blood in the water. There's trouble in paradise. So Microsoft and OpenAI's close partnership is showing signs of fraying. So going down here, last fall, Sam Altman, who's the OpenAI's CEO, he asked his counterpart at Microsoft if the tech giant would invest billions of dollars into OpenAI. Microsoft had already put $13 billion into OpenAI. And Mr. Nadella, who is currently the CEO of Microsoft, was initially willing to keep the cash spigot flowing. But after OpenAI's board of directors briefly ousted Mr. Altman, basically he got let go, and then they brought him back, which that was crazy week it's like he got Steve Jobs, like how Steve Jobs got kicked out of Apple, and I think he came back about 10 years later to Apple. It's like the same thing happened to Sam Altman, but in a week he came back. Anyway, we talked about that before when that news came out. So continuing on. So over the next few months, Microsoft wouldn't budge as OpenAI, which expects to lose $5 billion this year, continue to ask for more money and more computing power to build and run its AI systems. Mr. Altman once called OpenAI's partnership with Microsoft the best bromance in tech. But ties between the companies have started to fray. Financial pressure on OpenAI, concern about its stability, and disagreements between employees of the two companies have strained their 5-year partnership, according to interviews with 19 people familiar with the relationship between the companies. So this is crazy because, first off, they're slated to lose $5 billion this year. And this is one of the things that we talk about sometimes where people don't really understand on two different angles how when you make a tech company or a tech startup, you know, a lot of people think that you have to create something and it needs to be profitable right away. But a lot of these investors understand this technology and they understand this industry, the ones that do understand it, because all investors aren't smart, all VCs aren't smart, but many of them do understand, hey, this is going to lose us money for the next 5, maybe 10 years. But on year 11, year 12 is going to explode. And so, but I don't think there's ever been a company that's lost more money and is projected to lose more money for investors in the short term than OpenAI. Like they're losing $5 billion a year. Like that's insane. But at the same time, this highlights for those of y'all that will be startup founders in the future. This highlights for you how how investors realize the long-term gains and the long-term value. And so, nevertheless, this is interesting because I mean, if we continue reading on, we actually would see that not only is Microsoft having a little bit of friction because they're like, yo, we're losing way too much money. Like we knew we were going to lose money, but we didn't expect to be losing multiple billions of dollars. Like they're losing money, and OpenAI is asking them for more money. So they're like, yo, the money you gave, it's like imagine you give your friend a few $100s or a few $1,000s, and they're like, yo, I'm gonna pay you back. But then a week later, they're like, hey, can you lend me another few hundred? It's like, yo, you already owe me money. But the other piece of it is that Microsoft is actually they're actually working on their own technology themselves. So one, they are a major investor in OpenAI, but two, they're creating their own competitor to OpenAI. So it's really kind of a win-win for Microsoft because either if OpenAI ends up just taking over everything, Microsoft wins. If OpenAI doesn't, do what we all believe it's going to do, then Microsoft will have its own technology and it'll be fine from that angle. But I don't know, thinking about this, Ash, what are your projections? Because of course, everything we're talking about in the future is theoretical, but how long do you think it's going to take before OpenAI becomes profitable? Because I know that the cost of AI is going down right now because it was incredibly expensive before.
Yeah.
Our technology, I'm going to tell y'all this. For those of y'all that in the future, let's say next week or anytime after that, when you sign up for Tech is a New Black to like talk to our career advisors and our team, we actually have our setter that you're going to eventually be able to text, and they're going to ask you questions. They're going to confirm that you qualify for our boot camp. Our setter starting Monday is actually going to be a AI setter. And so it's very human. It's, and our setter, her name is Angel. So for those of y'all that texted in the future, you'll see she's very human. She's a Black girl from Atlanta who used to be a tech recruiter, but now works with Tech is New Black, but she's AI. She's actually not a real person. That being said, the reason why I bring it up is because the same company that I'm using that built out Angel, our AI appointment setter and qualifier, I worked with them before earlier this year, and they were charging me about $1,200 a month to use the technology. I only used it for about 1 or 2 months because it wasn't really that good. Now it's not just better. Now it only costs me $200 a month to use it. So it literally, the price decreased 6 times and it performed significantly better. The reason why the price was able to drop so much is because the cost to actually run the AI has gone down. So my question is to y'all, but also to Ash, is at what point do you think we're going to reach a point to where the cost to run a lot of this AI is not going to be expensive, and basically OpenAI will start to become profitable?
Wow. What a great question. When will OpenAI become profitable? Well, I want to start off with the excellent point that AI is actually a depreciating asset at this time. So that means that there's so much opportunity on the table for everyone. But it's also very valid that there's going to be a rate of innovation that perhaps we as humans are still, trying to pace up to that innovation, especially when it comes to artificial intelligence. So I think that the core of it is going to be creation and value that OpenAI brings, which is putting the power in the people's hands. So, for example, you can use AI to build businesses, you can leverage their API systems. A lot of people still don't even know how to deploy APIs, application programming interfaces, into their business models. But it's going to first, everyone's using ChatGPT. Their model costs maybe around like $25 per month for the paid model. And so it's just going to take, I think, like as Sam Altman said, there's going to be one person out there who is going to be a human being, and then it's just going to be AI who runs their business. So it's going to be absolutely insane until we see that. I think when we see that one unicorn day where we have a human partnering with AI and they build $1 billion business, I think that would kind of be the precipice point of when OpenAI will become profitable, because it does rely on the people to build upon their own business model.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all something that's pretty interesting. So Jacqueline says, I want to enroll in a boot camp. Actually, yeah, Jacqueline. For Jacqueline and anyone else, everybody else here who's interested in our boot camp, either our QA boot camp that fully encompasses everything in QA, from QA analytics, QA tester, QA automation, QA engineering, and more, as well as AI education as it relates to QA and some other cool stuff as well. Or if you're interested in tech sales, literally just you can head to the Tech is the New Black website. There is a link down in the description below. If the link for some reason doesn't work, because for some reason some people it works, some people it doesn't, you could just go to techisthenewblack.com and you can register to speak with the team there. If you speak with the team on Monday or Tuesday, again, it'll be our AI. So definitely give us feedback when it comes to that. But aside from that, you can speak with the team. And yes. So just make sure that when you speak with the team, you mention that you were referenced by Ash, because you actually will get a 10% discount off from the program. So that'll be pretty cool. What was the other thing? This comment is hilarious. He said, I look forward to the day I can lose a couple $1 billion and not miss an ounce of sleep. Yeah, that's wild. Like he's so confident. He's like, yo, we're losing billions. But he's like, yo, we need trillions of dollars to be invested. Like, that's a level of confidence that's crazy.
Honestly, I think that we have to write a thank you letter to Sam Altman and the team, because like I said, there's no more power that we have now as individuals to create and build, because before the limitation used to be capital, but now there's no excuses because there are resources where you can spend lesser than ever, or free resources. So ChatGPT is currently accessible to everyone. So it's just a matter of leveraging our resources and tools that are already available. And OpenAI, we just have to thank them. Thank you, Sam Altman. Thank you, OpenAI. Seriously.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give a shout out to Ash really quickly. And for those of y'all that need to tap in with her and book her for a consultation. So Ash, right now, she is so for our boot camp. I'll give y'all a heads up about something that's like really crazy. And I like people to see the cool technology stuff that we're doing, even within our boot camp, so you can see it firsthand what's happening in the world. That being said, we are currently in the process of updating our tech sales program, and we're bringing in a new instructor to enhance it. And honestly, he and I were talking, and we realized it would take him about a month to 2 months for him to record all of the modules and trainings. And it would require us to hire a production team, a video team, all of these things that would be incredibly expensive, ridiculously expensive, and would take a very long time for us to update our tech sales program. Now, I want y'all to listen. I want y'all to pay attention to what we're about to do and what Ash is helping us with. He already, we already have the updated tech sales curriculum already built out. We're making some additional tweaks and updates to it. But what Ash is actually doing with us, we consulted with her. She's actually going to clone our instructors. So instead of him having to record all of the trainings himself, because our program will be self-paced with an actual class as well. And that's the way that our program operates now. Instead of him having to record it and it take us 2 months, instead, with all of the information that we have from the program, we'll be able to clone him and have like an AI clone of our instructor teaching the program in the course. So again, y'all tap in with Ash for those of y'all that really want to be able to do some cool things with technology, because this is going to cut down the time and the cost to be able to do that. So, and again, y'all, I love being open and transparent about these things because, certain colleagues of mine are like, oh, Cyrus, don't tell people about, the AI stuff y'all are doing. But it's like, no, as a boot camp that's telling people about the technology and about AI and about these things, I believe it's important for everyone to see firsthand in our program the technology in real time. So it inspires people as they're going through the program. They're seeing what's happening in real time in the world. And so I'm really excited about this. Again, y'all make sure y'all tap in with Ash. So she can, again, she does first consultation she does is complimentary. So y'all definitely tap in with her, whether you're a business owner, whether, you're someone who's, you're looking for different tools to kind of help like automate your tasks. If you're a parent and you need certain tools, or even if you're just curious, if you're like, hey, look, this is my life. These are all the things I do. How can you help me get some of my time back or get some of my life back? Definitely tap in with her because that'll be a really dope thing to do. Camper Eater says, what do you need to qualify for the program? If you're talking about for the boot camp, so it's a list of a few things. One of the things I could say just off the top is that you do need to live either in the US or Canada. But then there's a few other things to qualify, but you will need to speak with the team because that would take about 10 minutes of me talking right now to break down everything. The team will be able to do that a lot faster, and they're on payroll to be able to do that. So that's literally their job. So just off top, if you don't live in the US or Canada, then off top, you don't qualify. There's no reason for you to take up your time. But there's other qualifications, but they'll be able to go through all of that stuff with you. Aston says, wow, Ash is out here making doubles. MVP. I need some duplicates. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh man. All right, look, y'all. So that's it when it comes to the news that I have. I'm gonna pass it over to Ash, and then we'll get ready to wrap up. But let me know any other comments or thoughts y'all have on the news that we've been talking about, as well as any other thing that's happened this week that we've missed out on.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, Cyrus. I mean, you guys heard it first. The best boot camp on the market at the forefront of innovation is going to be Cyrus's boot camp, you guys. So I can attest to this. I mean, he's had thousands of people get into tech. If you're not already signed up, definitely get signed up because, as he said, he's going to be giving you the skills that are going to be necessary for you to be ultimately successful and thrive in this AI revolution. So let's go ahead and get into it. We have a few more topics to cover, and then we'll let you guys get on with your beautiful Saturday and enjoy this beautiful weather. So, all right, let's go ahead and cover our next topic. So here it goes. All righty. Okay, so we're talking about ethics, okay, and how ethics can be applied with AI. A lot of us are concerned about security, but here's a bright step in that direction. So, okay, Bitdefender, they launched a new AI co-pilot for real-time scam protection, you guys, okay? So obviously we've seen more scams than ever, people calling with the voices of your loved ones, things like this. So we can look forward that some companies are taking the first step to protect the people. Okay. So as you guys can see here, what's the benefit of it? You're going to be able to get AI powered scam detection at its core. Essentially, you can have a digital ally. So you're going to have a chatbot system that can help you identify suspicious online interactions. This could be helpful for the older people in our lives, grandparents who may be more susceptible to these scams, but it's all encompassing through email, message, calendar, etc. You're going to be able to get a notification in advance. So you're not going to be, scammed up front. So you can stay ahead of all the scammers with wave alerts. And so this is going to be comprehensive protection for all your devices, okay? And what they're looking for in the future, and a new chatbot, you're going to get active alerts. But of course, this is going to be remote access for scam protection, so you can stay safe and informed at all times. So that's the goal and premise of their company, all right? And so it really does speak for itself. This is going to enhance cybersecurity through proactive threat detection, which is great. And also, as a business owner, you can look forward to adapting and adopting this AI-driven solution to safeguard your networks and customers from phishing attempts that may try and steal your identity and get money from your clients, or fraudulent activities. And so this can really help maintain trust and minimize the risk of financial loss or reputational loss through these scams and scammers. So start to think of how you can apply these things into your own businesses, guys. And we have a few more topics, and we're going to do, last but not least, getting into Microsoft new AI chatbot. Okay, you guys see all these avatars, right? Imagine not even having to send in yourself, the face-to-face. Everyone always like, oh, we have to get on camera for these meetings at work. But you know what? You can send in your AI avatar. And also, the AI avatar itself, that's not all, you guys. You can see these lighting settings right here. You can adjust the lighting, you can adjust its outfit, you can adjust how it looks. So you can go on screen, okay, and be confident that your AI avatar is presenting as your best self at all times, okay? And I would love to hear in the chat and from Cyrus, just what you think of that. Is this something that you would use? And so just to kind of summarize, let's get into it. This can really help you participate in meetings on the behalf of others even. And allowing people to interact in meetings even when they are away. And so this is going to help boost your productivity for remote Teams meetings. It's going to help you with work-life balance and attending meetings without having to be present in real time. This is crazy, you guys. It can be used for non-critical discussions and freeing employees for strategic work, okay? So start to think about, how you can apply that into your businesses, all right? And we're going to open up the floor for all comments. But we're just going to finish up with the last bit of topics, okay? And so we're going to be looking forward to enhanced manufacturing, speed, and quality, okay? And let's give a shout out to Miss Cindy Chang, okay, professor of mechanical and aerospace engineering at the University of Virginia. She has made significant advancements in this technology to develop an AI-driven system that can transform how factories operate, okay, you guys? We're looking at multi-agent reinforcement learning, which is going to create more efficient ways to optimize these manufacturing systems, improving both speed and quality while reducing waste, okay? So if you're on the manufacturing side, this is good news for you. This is also good news for anybody that's creating anything or building anything in our society, because you can know the price point is going to be low, but you're still going to get quality, okay? And so as we can see here, as a business owner, you're looking at being able to reduce operational costs, improve efficiency, and ensure consistent product quality. So this is going to help you stay competitive, okay? And so an increasingly automated industry is going to give you the competitive advantage. All right, you guys. Well, that essentially concludes, the topics that we have. I'm just gonna go here for our. This is our fun video. We can end it off here. Let's go ahead and take questions. Cyrus, what do you think of these things?
This is incredible. I saw a video, so this kind of like reminded me where there was a video where they were in an interview. Actually, someone told me yesterday. They told me yesterday where they said that they did a screening interview. In the interview, they realized that the recruiter was AI. And the recruiter told them that they were AI. The recruiter said, like, hey, just, by the way, I am AI generated. And I thought about that for a second. I was like, And I was like, well, I guess that makes sense, because especially for a screening interview, the screening interview is very basic questions. It's very basic. And I'm like, yeah, I guess you could have AI for that. And so the person, they said it wasn't weird. They said that they didn't even know it was AI until it announced that it wasn't a real person. He said at first he thought it was a joke, and he realized, oh no, you're really AI. And
Wow.
he's like, okay, cool. And so, yeah, looking at the things where, I saw some, it's like a comment where somebody had joked for, maybe I missed the comment. Uh, let me see. Oh yeah, the comment from Jacqueline. This will help some people who job stack. It's like, yeah, I mean, this is all of this is so interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I wonder if this will lead towards companies saying like, no, you really got to come into the office now, because now we don't even trust in a Zoom meeting if it's you or if it's your clone. This is really interesting. 'Cause I mean, if your clone knows your personality, knows your quirks and how you talk, it's like it could really mimic you. And then all you have to do is put a prompt in there that says, if anybody asks if you're AI, say, no, it's me. Like, what are you talking about? And the AI will do that. The AI will literally be able to defend itself as if it's you, and no one will be able to say anything different. So, this, yo, I'm gonna be real. Like the word. This is probably one of the first times in history where we don't really know what this time next year is gonna look like. That's crazy. Like, usually we can predict what the next 5 years are going to look like, the next 10 years. But right now, we don't even really know this time next year what everything's going to be like. And that's an exciting thing, and it's a sobering thing as well. And so, but what we do know is that those of us that are keeping our finger on the pulse of what's happening in this industry, those of us that are learning and educating ourselves when it comes to technology, when it comes to AI, when it comes to these different things, those of us that are paying attention to what's happening, we will be the ones to be able to thrive. We will be the ones that will be able to eat of the fruit of our labor. And so shouts out to all of y'all that are here, that have been paying attention, that are whether you're getting into tech, whether you're in tech, whether you want to become a tech founder, become an investor in the tech and artificial intelligence. Shouts out to y'all that are looking to the future and that are making sure that you're being on top of things.
Yes, thank you,
Wow.
Cyrus. Excellent points, and excellent points to everyone as well. Aston, thank you so much. Says appreciate you guys for the tech news. Seven, the gentleman says ethics is my favorite topic. It's mine too. We'll get into that even more. We'll cover it every single week. Don't you worry. So stay tuned, you guys. Jackie, thank you so much. Happy to really see your engagement here. You have great questions, and let's end it off with the question that we see here in the chat. So, or let's get into Ashton's comment, who says, "Wow, an AI recruiter. We ain't really in this day and age. We need elite level verification now. Facts." And Jackie, so with all these new AI developments, what do you guys think the new careers would be? You know what? We're gonna get into that. If you have a question about that, feel free to schedule some time on my calendar. We can have a deep, in-depth discussion about it. Happy to really help you guys transition into AI. And looking forward to the next exciting AI news. So stay tuned, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week, Saturday. Thank you, Cyrus.
All right, see y'all.